notification bell to never miss a video from Foreign Admits.
So, hello and good evening to everyone present here. On behalf of Foreign Admits, I would like to welcome all the students present. Thank you for being here with us. I'm Afifa and I'll be your host for this webinar about USA as a study abroad destination. In the next 1 hour, you will gain insights and also solve all your queries regarding pursuing an education in USA. The main focus of this webinar is to help you to find out about the best colleges, trending courses in the US, and also will help you to plan out your university application procedure. Firstly, let me introduce you to our speakers for today's session. We have with us Madhurima Sen Gupta. She has been counseling students for the past 5 years. Her area of expertise is USA and the UK, and she has helped plenty of students realize their dreams of studying and building a future abroad. She feels that the best part about her job of counseling students is interacting and getting to know different people and helping them to reach their desired destination. We also have with us Vaman Kapoor. After completing his graduation in business administration in the year 2020, Vaman started working as a business development executive with an NBFC. In 2021, he did an internship with IDP Education India, and there he was trained for UK and Canada as a study abroad destination. He then joined Foreign Admits as an application associate and is currently assisting the counseling team by filling applications for all the major countries. Both of our speakers hold a good amount of experience in study abroad counseling and university applications and can guide you in the best way possible. Attendees, if you have any queries during the session, please drop them in the chat box below so we can answer them during the end of the session. Madhurima and Vaman, you can now take the webinar forward from here and address our attendees.
Sure, we can go forward. Vaman, would you like to present and then we can move?
Sure, Madhurima. Give me a second.
Sure.
So I hope my screen is visible to all.
Yes, your screen is visible.
Yes.
Madhurima, you can go on.
Okay. Whoever the participants are here today, the topic is divided, as you can see, in 6 sections, and the 6 sections will have a lot of sections also. So first, the question that you all will be asking us is, if you want to go to USA, then why USA is going to be your perfect choice? Okay. And then once we get, dig deep into that question, a lot of other answers will also come up. Okay. So I'll just give you a brief idea about the topics that we're going to discuss today. First, we have why the USA. Then we will discuss a little bit about the education system in the USA. Then we will discuss about the language prerequisites, as in what all exams you need to take to qualify over there as somebody who is an English speaking candidate coming from a non-English speaking country. Then we have documents required, and then we have final steps, and then we will open this forum for a Q&A session. So now let's move forward, and I will tell you why USA can be a good destination for you to study. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So see, all of us study in India, where we all know that getting good marks is very, very important, no matter which stage of life you are in, whether be it your school, whether be it your college, whether be it your master's. Marks is what is going to determine how good you are or what you can do with that particular degree. We all know that. So it's very, the entire education system in India is a little narrow-minded, if I may say. But US, on the other hand, is extremely balanced in terms of what they are looking for and what they are willing to offer to the students. So that being said, that is a huge reason for students who to want to apply to the US, because US just does not require you to have great marks. They also require you to have a very balanced profile in terms of your extracurricular activities, in terms of, if you have done internships or if you have job experience, anything and everything that you have done in your life will have something to add to your profile, and nothing will go to waste. And it's not like you require amazing marks, you require decent numbers. And if you are not if you do not have amazing marks in your bachelor's or in your school, you can always compensate that with standardized exams like the SAT exams or the GMAT or the GRE. That completely depends on which school you want to go to and which course you want to take up. Having said that, there are these exams or standardized tests. Standardized tests in most colleges in the US are not mandatory. They are recommended. Every college, whenever you see their website or whenever you see, when you hear that alumni talk about these standardized tests, what they will always mention is these exams are not mandatory, but they are recommended, in the sense that if you take these exams and get good numbers in these exams, they will add to your profile. I'll tell you how. Suppose there are two students who have a similar profile, very similar profile. They have equal amount of, or more or less equal amount of work experience. Their, marks are also same. Their experience is also the same. So how will the college decide whom to take? So if either one of them has a GRE or a GMAT score, it becomes easier for the college to decide which student to take forward. Okay. Now we will come to academic excellence. As we all know, the academic, whatever whatever you're getting over there, whatever is the quality of the education that you're getting over there is state of the art. There's nothing better than that. And we know it. I'm not comparing US to any other destination in the world, but US does offer state of the art quality of education. Not just education. Once you're in the college, you will get to be a part of a lot of clubs, and you will get to meet a lot of people who are coming from different walks of life. You're going to get to meet a lot of people, even the faculty members over there are coming from different places, have had beautiful careers before they started teaching over there. You will hear amazing stories. And of course, their entire curriculum is divided into cores and electives. You will have core subjects and you will have elective subjects, which will help you not just choose a main subject, because your main subject is computer science. You can also choose elective subjects which are not directly related to computer science. So that gives you an opportunity to realize all your academic passions. Suppose you like computer science also and you like economics also. So how will you get both of them together? US colleges actually offer a chance to balance out these. Okay. Next is use of technology. They completely do not believe in bookish knowledge, or you will not just be reading something on your tablet. You will actually be exposed to real-time experiments, real-time use of technology to understand what you're studying. So that is something very, very important. The experience that you're going to gain over there is actually pretty unmatchable to any other country in the world. Again, I'm repeating, I'm not comparing, but there's a reason why people choose US over any other country. And there's a reason also why US is a little bit on the expensive side, because what you're getting there is something that is unmatchable and you are not going to find it anywhere else in the world. What happened?
Nothing.
Yeah. Okay. So use of technology is something that is, whatever you are studying, you can actually use it on a real-time basis, in your projects, in your class curriculum and all of these things, to get a hands-on experience of what you've studied on your book or on your tablet or on your laptop. It is not just that something you're studying and retaining and you're memorizing and then you're taking an exam. It has a lot to do. It's a very experience-based learning, if you ask me, that whatever you're learning, you immediately have to use it on a real-time basis so that it is there in your, it is ingrained in your brain forever and you can never forget about it. Then we come to vibrant culture. Vibrant culture is because US is, in terms of accepting students, US is very, very flexible. A lot people from different parts of the world come, people of different ages, people of different communities, coming from different jobs, they come over there and you get a chance to network with them. And not just students, even people who are teaching over there, people who are, you know, in the administration. You will get to meet a lot of people who are coming from different parts of the world. You will not find people who are only Americans. You will not find people who are only coming from, the UK. You will find people from all parts of the world. South Asians are really, really popular over there. And that is why, you know, they even accept, they are very, very accepting of Indian students, Chinese students, Japanese students. So because they also want to promote cultural diversity, which is a very important part of their study portfolio, that they want to promote that, okay, US is a country which is extremely culturally diverse in not just in terms of their students, but also in terms of their the people they hire to teach the students, the people they hire in the administration, anywhere. Okay, now we come to career opportunities. Career opportunities, I think all of you are almost, you know, aware about how great the career opportunities are over there. But the difference over there is that in India, we have placement systems where the colleges are going to give you placements. US is not exactly like that. US is more network based career opportunities you get. They are going to expose you to meet people who are going to give you good opportunities, but tracking that opportunity is going to completely depend on you. And that is how they're going to mold you. It's not like they are not going to prepare you, they're not going to groom you, and then they're just going to, you know, let you lose in the battlefield. It's nothing like that. They are going to give you proper grooming, proper understanding of how to network with these important people. And then it is up to you as to how you crack that opportunity. And that is why studying in the US is not only going to help you academically, but it's also going to help you become a very, very, you know, enterprising human being, because this is where your negotiation starts. And then moving forward, this negotiation skill will help you achieve a lot in future. Moving forward, so as we all know, private colleges are there, public colleges are there. There are also community colleges. Community colleges are a little local based people who are, you know, who had to stop their study at some point, or who could not continue with their studies. They usually go to community colleges. Community colleges are not usually very popular amongst international students. Private colleges and public colleges are there. And public colleges, why they are called public colleges? Because they get some funding from the government of the US, where private colleges do not get any funding. So they are a little bit on the expensive side. Any questions you guys have so far? I think I've been going a little fast. So if there's any question anyone has, you can raise your hand, and Afifa will unmute you, and then you can ask the question. Is there anything?
Madhurima, there will be a Q&A session at the end of the presentation.
Yeah, I know, but I was just thinking that I'm going a little fast, so maybe they might get confused.
Okay.
If you have any questions about private colleges, public colleges, or community colleges, then if not, then we can move forward. Vaman, we can move. Okay. So essentially, there are 3 intakes, but for foreign students, there are mostly there are 2 major intakes, which is the fall intake and the spring intake. Summer intake is definitely there, but students usually prefer going for the spring intake or the fall intake, where fall intake is the most important intake. The reason being, spring intake, a lot of colleges in the US do not have a spring intake for international students, and getting a scholarship during the spring intake is a huge problem. So a lot of students don't opt for the spring intake if they are not in a hurry, and if they are not in the requirement of a scholarship. Fall intake is the intake which most international students target, because there are all the colleges have a fall intake for international students, and the scholarship opportunities are also very good. The acceptance rate for fall intake is better than all the other intakes. Fall intake, it starts in August, as in your application will start in September, and you suppose you're going for fall 2023, your application will formally begin from the end of August. You have to start gathering your documents, you have to start taking your exams, and the deadlines range till March, sometimes April. Few colleges even have till May, June. And by the time It is 2023. By the end of August, you are about to leave. And then September, your orientation begins. You will be given, you will be assigned classes. So that is basically the timeline. For spring intake also, spring intake, you ideally should start your applications a little earlier. If you're planning to go out in January, your application should ideally begin January the previous year, the prior year to that particular intake. And the process is pretty much the same for all, but reason why international students prefer the fall intake is because the acceptance rate is much better. The scholarship opportunities are much better. And all colleges have a fall intake. So fall intake is usually in my opinion, I think fall intake is mostly designed for international students to come in. But spring intake is also there, summer intake is also there. If you people think that you people have a hurry to go, then this is definitely a shot you guys can take. You guys will definitely get admits. That won't be a problem. Admits will be, you will get an admit, but scholarship might be a little dicey. But if you have a great profile, then you never know, you might just get a scholarship as well. Okay, now we can move on to the next slide. Okay, language requirements. There are 4 language requirements that are shown here, but PTE is still not accepted by all colleges. Okay. IELTS academic and TOEFL internet based is something that most colleges accept. IELTS academic and TOEFL is basically an English proficiency exam. Why we take it is because India is essentially a non-English speaking country, and their accent is very different from that of ours. So they need to understand whether we are capable enough in our communication skills to have a proper conversation with them. These exams are divided into 4 sections. There's reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Reading as in, can you read English properly? Writing, for obvious reasons, can you write English properly? And speaking is to understand what your accent is. Is your accent understandable by the other people? And speaking is, and for listening, it is because they have a different accent. So are you capable enough to understand their accent by listening to them? Okay. The exams are mostly very easy. IELTS is out of 9 bands, and TOEFL is out of 120. The score is 120. And I'm not talking about PT or C1 advanced is because these 2 exams are not that important as of now. IELTS and TOEFL are the exams that you people will be required to take. Even these are important for your visa purposes. And US, unlike UK, has not waived off language proficiency exams. So you will be needing to take these exams. These exams have a validity of 2 years. If you take it this year, that exam will last you for 2 years. You can have multiple attempts. The exam allows you to have 4 score reportings for free. You can send out your scores on the day of the exam to 4 universities of your choice for free. After that, you have to pay a certain amount. It is different for IELTS, it is different for TOEFL. And it is not an exam which is going to determine whether you are going to get an admission or not, but colleges do have a requirement of exam of numbers. Certain colleges ask you to have, certain colleges might ask you to have, say, a 7 band or 110 in TOEFL or 7 band in IELTS. So that is the requirement that you have to fulfill. If you do not fulfill that requirement, what might happen is you might get a conditional offer from the college, but the offer will only be confirmed once you have fulfilled the English language requirement. All right, is it understood? Let's move forward.
Okay, Madhurima, now I'll take over from here.
Definitely.
If you say so.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So, hi students, and from now onwards, I'll discuss about the documentation that we require for filing applications to USA universities. As you can see on the screen, the 4 main points that we need to cover here are: it is mandatory a person who is going for abroad studies need a passport, and after that we will require a resume and CV. So the resume and CV, there is a proper format for designing it. You should mention your recent qualifications and recent job experiences first, and the older ones you can add later on. And the resume and CV should be up to date. It's not like that you have completed your graduation 2 to 3 years back, and without you are not adding that in your resume or CV. And the academic transcripts we need are from your university and colleges, and the academic transcript will include your consolidated mark sheet, your semester wise marks, plus uh, your LOR. So if we talk about the letter of recommendation, it can be of your educational institution or from your previous employer. And the letter of recommendation should clearly mention the name, designation, and official email ID of the concerned person who is acting as your referee for the university. And as Madhurima already told you about, we will require the language test scores. So once you give a language test, for example, a PTE or TOEFL or IELTS, you will get your scorecard, and that would act as a mandatory document for filing your application to the US universities. So other major document proof we need, first of all, there are test scores. So most of the USA universities require tests like GRE and GMAT. So GRE stands for Graduation Record Examination, and GMAT stands for Graduate Management System. So if we talk about GRE, it is mostly useful for candidates who are not uncertain about the choice they want to make for their graduate programs. And the GMAT exam is basically to get admission into business schools, especially business schools in the USA. So you can choose between the two exams as per your convenience. And after that we need the motivational letter. So motivational letter can also be called a statement of purpose, and in that statement of purpose you should mention your intention of why you want to study in USA, why you have selected USA as your study abroad destination, why you have selected a particular university, particular course. And you can't mention that you want to study in USA because you want to live there. That SOP would not work if you want to study in USA. So you should properly write all your details, your genuine details, nothing false in the motivational letters. And other thing is that the proof of funds. So in USA there are two other documents that you need for filing applications. One is the financial affidavit, and the other is the bank balance certificate. So these two financial documents are required to show the required funds that you can show to the US universities, that you can pay your university fees, and you can handle your living expenses there. It act as a proof that you have either taken a education loan, or you can sponsor yourself, you can sponsor your studies and living expenses there. And a letter of reference I have already discussed. So as Madhurima said that application process should be started up approximately a year prior. So if you are targeting the January intake, January 23 intake or fall 23 intake, so this is the correct time to start preparing your application. So you should research the course and the university you want to get admission into, and if the dates are available for the required exams like IELTS, GRE, GMAT, you should book those exams and try to prepare for it and give your best. And after that, in the middle of September or October, we can process your application for USA universities. And after receiving the acceptance letters, you can opt for the ancillary services. Like if you have shortage of funds, you can apply for an education loan once you get offer letter from the respective university. And after receiving the offer letter, you can opt for the paperwork and visa process. And the final step would be your ticket and departure. Madhurima, can you please explain the visa category here?
Yeah, can you just move forward? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so as can you do you want me to read this out, or do you want me to I can read this out and then I can explain it to you. Okay. So an international student, first I'll read it out to you and then I will explain how it works. Okay. An international student first requires the F1 visa, which is a non-immigrant visa. What is an immigrant? Immigrant means you're not moving over there as an immigrant who's going to stay over there. So when you get an F1 visa, it is like assuring the US government that you're not planning to stay over there. You're just going there to study. That is why student visa is called the F1 visa, which is only for study purpose. Okay. Once you get you will only get an F1 visa when you have an offer from the college. You will not get an F1 visa if you do not have an offer from a college or a university to pursue your higher education. Okay. Now, once you have officially gotten an admit in the school, it is called SEVP, which is called that it is not an exchange program. Basically, it is basically that you are coming from one country to the other country as a student. You have no other intention to go in that country. Your main purpose to go in that country is to study, and your offer letter from the university or the college is a proof that you're going there as a student. Exchange programs are also there. You can get an F1 visa for an exchange program also, where a student from a university abroad is going to come to India, and a student from an Indian university is going to go abroad. So that is also like an exchange program, but that is a very short-lived program. It is not more than 3 months. So they come and you go, and they know that you're going to eventually come back. So F1 visa is like an assurance to the US government that you are going there just for study purposes. Okay. And you will get this SEVP status once you have paid a particular amount of the application fee. The college will tell you exactly how much application fee you need to give them to secure your seat over there. Okay. So once the application is complete, you will be, and once you've gotten an offer, the next step is to basically get an I-20. Okay. I-20 will only ensure that you get an appointment for your US visa interview. If you do not have an I-20 and if you just have an offer, you will not get an interview for your I-20 for your US visa. Okay. Even if you are going for an immigrant visa, you will not get. I-20 is absolutely important. Once you get an offer and once you have realized which university you want to go to, you have to immediately apply for an I-20. All the cities have a US embassy. You will have to go to their website. You will have to find out what all slots they have available for the interview. You have to let the interviewer know that you have an offer letter, you have an I-20. They are going to give you a date. You have to go to the local US embassy or the consulate, which is also known as the consulate. You have to sit for an interview. All your documents have to be in place, like your IELTS exam, your offer letter, your I-20, everything has to be in place. Your passport. There are a lot of other documents that you might have to get, like you have to get some vaccination certificates, you have to get some certificate from the police station. All these documents have to be in place, and then your interview starts. After your interview is over, they're going to verify all your documents and see if you are actually authentic and you do not have any malpractice in your background. You do not have any criminal activity, nothing in your background. If your background is completely clean and you've had a good interview, then you will be offered an F1 visa to become an official international student. Keyword here being student, not a citizen, nothing, non-immigrant. You're going just to study over there. This is just for the sake of it. Do not get scared about this. If you go over there and you're studying over there and you get a job and you really perform well in your job, your company often sponsors the extension of your visa. So your main aim has to be to get a good job and to stick to that job. Okay. Now we can move to the Q&A session. We have an open forum now. Whoever has any confusion or any question with whatever both Vaman and I have said so far, please go ahead and ask us questions. I don't know, Vaman, can we share the recording of these recording can be sent through mail. Yes, you will get the recording. Okay. Anybody else has any other question?
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
How much academics are important for the process of visa?
Academics for visa is not that important, but for your college application, you will be requiring, see, it is always good to have numbers above 8. CGPA or GPA, try to have it above 8 or above 3. If it is out of 4, then try to have above 3, 3.5, which is good enough. And if it is out of 10, then anything above 8 is good. 7.8, 7.98, that is good.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, for the 2023 fall intake, at what month does the application process starts, and how does it happen? As in, what all documents should we send to the college we are interested into?
Okay, documents, I think Vaman explained to you. The intake, if you're going for fall 2023, this is the ideal time that you should start gathering your documents, as in you have to start applying for your transcripts. You have to speak to your referees for the LORs, and you have to start ideating your SOP, just the basic structure of your SOP. Then the customization can happen once you have, selected your colleges. But applications ideally start from mid-August, just to be on the safe side. Otherwise, it's a very close call. This is the time when you need to start preparing. And if you're planning to enroll somewhere, then this is a good time, because once you enroll, then you will get a college list. And then depending on that list, you have to prepare your entire profile. So I think if you are planning to go for fall 2023, a good time to start is now, because you have already reached mid-July. So I think it's time to pull up your socks.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Hi, ma'am. So, just in case if we are getting into the university with the GRE or GMAT waiver criteria, like only by writing IELTS or a TOEFL, so will it cause a problem with the visa process?
No. If you GMAT has nothing. GMAT, GRE do not have anything to do with your visa.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
If the college is offering you a waiver, then nothing like it. Why I said that it is recommended in the college website is because it just increases your chances to get an offer. That's about it. It has nothing to do with your visa. Don't worry.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is the criteria required for a scholarship in different institutes?
See,
Minimum
scholarship,
criteria.
the scholarships are divided into two parts. Essentially, there are two types of scholarships. One is the need-based scholarship and one is the merit-based scholarship. Need-based scholarship depends on the income that you have for overall, throughout a year or through the month. If they see that you're a very good student with a very good profile, but you are financially a little backward, then they will offer you the need-based scholarship. And merit-based scholarship will also depend on your profile. If you have a good profile with a very good background and your marks are very good, then they are going to offer you a scholarship. But different colleges have different categories of scholarship. So once you start applying to these colleges, you have to go to the funds and scholarship page of that particular college of the website, and you have to check what scholarships are available, and you can apply it from your end. There are no criteria as in no specific criteria like that. But sometimes if your profile is really good, the college will give you a scholarship, on their own. Okay. Yeah, Michael has been raising his hand for quite some time. Go ahead, Michael.
Please. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm speaking from Ghana in Africa.
Hello. Hi.
Yes, actually, I have a little bit of issue with my transcript.
Okay.
Last year, I applied to a university, New Mexico State University in the state, for masters in public health.
Okay.
But then I was rejected.
Why were you
Actually, I'm a medical doctor now. But then one thing about our transcript is that it's not categorized into first class, second class, that kind of.
Okay.
In
Why
Ghana,
were you rejected? Any reason? Did the university give you a reason?
Oh, they were not specific. They were like, with the standards they have been gone through, I don't meet the qualifications they are looking for.
Okay.
And it's quite unfortunate they cannot honor my admission. Something like that.
All right.
So I was rejected. One, I applied and I didn't hear from them at all. So right now, I just
Michael, your voice is not clear.
Yeah.
Your internet connection is weak.
Average. And I don't know how I can, because I don't want to go public health.
Okay. Michael, where have you studied from? Where did you do your bachelor's from?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm
Is it
saying
now okay?
I'm saying that where did you do your bachelor's from?
I did it from Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Kumasi in Ghana.
Okay.
So
See,
our certification is that
I do not have proper idea about, I do not have a proper idea about how the transcript situation is in Ghana. But what I can suggest is you can actually have a conversation with the college authorities and tell them about this problem that you're facing. And I'm sure they will come up with something to help you.
Michael.
Hello.
Hello, hi. You can do one thing. You can visit the official website of the university, and there will be country-specific requirements, both for academics and the English language. So you can, refer that as a source.
Yes. For the specific qualifications for Ghana, for example, we have a waiver for the TOEFL and the IELTS.
Yes.
So in a way, you don't need to write it. But then our transcript is such that you do first 3 years where at the end you'll be given bachelor's of human biology. Then at the second half of the program, which is the next 4 years, we spend 7 years in school. 4 years at the end, you'll be given 2 certificates, bachelors of medicine and then surgery. So by the time you finish the 7-year program as a doctor in Ghana, you have about 3 certificates. And then the transcript will show the individual courses you did and then the scores you had. But at the end of the day, they don't group it under first class, second class, that kind of grouping. I spoke to the college, the university secretary, and he told me that that is the only thing they've been giving to students who want to travel out of the country for further studies.
Okay.
Okay. We are not very aware of the Ghana system.
Yeah, we are not aware about the education system of Ghana,
Yeah.
so it will be really difficult for us to, comment on the situation.
Yeah, but you can always,
Actually,
if you do not find.
they group it. They group it under the first class, like the second class, like any other country would do. But just that for the university I went to and then the medical schools in Ghana, they don't group it under the classes.
So Michael,
Then
you
they-
can do one thing. Whatever the concerned person from your university is telling you, you get it on written on an email and ask your university to send it on behalf of you to the respective college or university you want to apply.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
No worries. Anybody else who has any other questions?
Are there any more queries?
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
you're
we
audible.
can. We can.
Ma'am, do US universities take interviews for international students for MS?
Could you repeat your question? I couldn't hear you properly.
Ma'am, I will type in chat box. Just a second.
Yeah.
What's the average cost or fee studying there?
US is a little on the expensive side. For bachelors, it is around 30 to 35 lakhs per year. And for masters, it is 20, 25, a little bit more also for some colleges.
Okay, thank you.
Madhurima, there are queries in the chat box.
Yeah. Not all colleges. Pragatesh, all colleges do not take interviews. Some colleges might take interviews if they see it's an online interview. You do not have to go anywhere. Everything is online. Apart from the visa interview, everything will be online. It will be like a video conference, but all colleges do not. They have actually stopped the culture of taking interviews. But if some colleges still practice it, it will completely depend on the college that you're applying to. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Dhruv, yeah, you will get the recording by email today, whatever we spoke about. Okay.
I think most of the queries are now answered.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Madhurima and Vaman, for joining in for the session and solving all the queries that were raised by the students. I have posted 2 links in the chat box. The first link is for study abroad assistance. You can fill the form and you will get a free call from one of our counselors. And the second link is for loan assistance. If you've already got admission and if you need help with Forex card, visa, so you can sign in on the Foreign Assist app and our counselors will connect to you within 24 hours. The recording for this webinar will be sent to you through mail. Thank you so much everyone for joining. We can now end the webinar. Thank you so much.